All right, so apparently Druski and Odell and others have been named in a lawsuit, a Diddy lawsuit that was filed on Friday in California. Now, we'll go over the details. Of course, I got a couple articles, but yeah, that's what happened for those of y'all who are like me and saw this like Druski apology come across the timeline and you had no idea what was going on. Like, this is what's happening. Definitely not the way I imagined this week starting out, but let's get to it. Okay, so this first part is coming from Variety. The lawsuit filed in California late Friday implicates more than a dozen defendants, including Diddy, Beckham, Druski, Jaguar Wright, and others, in an assault on Ashley Parham and two John Does. Parham alleged in a filing made last October that she'd been drugged, kidnapped, and assaulted by multiple individuals after Diddy heard her saying that she believed he was involved in Tupac's murder. This amendment filing identifies several of the individuals who were allegedly involved. So, the alleged comment took place over a FaceTime call between Diddy and associate Shane Pierce in February of 2018, and the alleged assault took place at one of the defendants' apartments the following month. So the lawsuit describes the alleged incident in gruesome detail. Like, it was very gruesome to the point where I'm really not talking about a bunch of it. Like, most of it I'm not talking about. One thing, though, that the victim alleged happened was that Diddy's chief of staff, her name was apparently Christina Coram. She allegedly tried to put an IUD in the victim to prevent pregnancy, but since she could not do it, since the attempt was not successful, apparently Diddy assaulted her with a remote instead. And I'm just like, yeah, like that's the least gruesome detail in that lawsuit. Really not going over it like at all. Because it was just that horrific. And so when Diddy's lawyer quit and he was talking about, under no circumstances can I continue, I'm just like, how much more do we, you know what I mean? Like, if this comes out to all be true, like how much more about this man do we not know? Like, how much more is lurking out there that might be even more horrific than even this? So yeah, the lawsuit claims that the incident took place after Pierce, of course, like I said, one of Diddy's associates, Pierce, had invited Parham to his apartment, asking for assistance, apparently with cancer medications that he was too weak to administer himself. He allegedly left the front door unlocked, which allowed Diddy and multiple associates to enter and assault her. Diddy had allegedly said at the end of the earlier FaceTime call that Parham would pay for her comments about Tupac or whatever. After Diddy and others allegedly assaulted her, she left the apartment wearing just a large t-shirt, carrying a knife that had earlier been used to threaten her. After comments from Diddy and his associates, who were allegedly smoking in the yard, she allegedly stabbed Diddy in the back, resulting in gunshots being fired. In the ensuing confusion, she fled the scene and encountered a man who claimed to be a law enforcement official, but was actually one of Diddy's associates impersonating one. She escaped that individual and encountered a Contra Costa County sheriff who she claimed was later handed an envelope which she believed contained cash. So the representatives for that county have actually declined to comment, according to the lawsuit. So we know that Diddy is awaiting trial, blah, 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 blah. It's scheduled to begin May 5th. And this is what I brought up earlier, is that last month, his lawyer, Anthony Rico, filed a motion to resign, saying that under no circumstances can I continue. And so it's just so obviously we're talking about Odell and Druski being involved in this alleged incident, right? Like, that's the reason why the lawsuit was filed. And so, like, I'm going to point out again that, like, this lawyer saying, because we're talking about like a celebrity lawyer, these people will defend anything. Like, these lawyers, as long as a check is fat enough, most of them will be like, I don't care what you done did. I will defend you as long as that check clears, right? And so for this lawyer to be like, well, I'm not doing this, or like under no circumstances, and under no circumstances, I mean, that's what it means. Like no amount of money, no. So I'm just like, what about this man do we not know yet, right? That is sitting there, like I said before, lurking, that is just going to absolutely horrify us even more than we're already horrified, right? And so the next part of the video, we'll take a look at Druski and Odell's responses. All right, so this part of the video, I will be reading from Complex. Like always, the links for every article I have referenced or read will be in my description, right? So Druski said in an update to Twitter on Sunday, this allegation is a fabricated lie. I wasn't a public figure in 2018. I was broke, living with my mom without any connections to the entertainment industry at the time of this allegation, so the inclusion of my name is truly outlandish. My heart breaks for actual victims of abuse, but I'm fully confident that the evidence will expose this falsehood and the individuals who are maliciously trying to game the legal system to peddle false narratives. And so he just wrote, or somebody there wrote in their notes app, took a screenshot, posted it on Twitter. And of course, you know, social media gonna do their detections, they investigations, I should say. Of course, they done brought up, like, I saw somebody bring up like an interview of Druski saying that he'd been to Diddy's parties, but not, he's implying like, but not the ones that y'all think or y'all thinking of. Like, what else? Of course, some people are bringing up his old skit with, or 2020 skit with Diddy and stuff. So like, it's just I think at the end of the day, you just have to wait until the facts come out, until the case is, you know, is either escalated or not, to really talk about this case intelligently. You see what I'm saying? What else? Odell responded and said, boy, I'll tell you what, this world makes absolutely no sense. I'm covered by God. He will prevail. I know who I am. I know who you are. Keep your head up. That name will be cleared. This is stupid. The article goes on to say, this isn't the first instance of another celebrity being retroactively added to a pre-existing complaint against Diddy, who currently remains in custody in his connection with his racketeering and trafficking case. Last year, Jay-Z initially faced similar claims in a connection with a separate lawsuit. However, inconsistencies were highlighted amid the ensuing coverage, with the case ultimately being voluntarily dismissed. Jay has since accused the lawyer behind that case of defamation, as well as taken legal action against the accuser. As previously reported, the accuser in that dismissed case is alleged to have told a private investigator that the Jay-focused claims were not true. So it's just like, we're getting, as the article pointed out, like, we're getting, okay, another, you know, batch of celebrities added retroactively to a case. So like I said, I think that the only way that we can speak intelligently about this case, or if we want to speak intelligently about this case, the only way we can really do that is to wait and see what evidence is uncovered, wait and see how it unfolds, wait and see, is this case going to be dismissed, or are things going to develop? Is more evidence going to be presented in this case that does not make the defendants look good? Like, that's the only way we can really approach this, because I'm telling you, the stuff in there that I read, like of the actual documents, is heinous. So if it is true, we got to get these people out of here 100%. You know, and at the same time, like with everything, we just want to make sure that the actual facts are there, and that this is not a case that's going to be dismissed because there are things in it that don't make any sense. So I don't know, like the scare, one of the most haunting parts to me was the accuser's report that, like, she tried to go to a, like, almost like a law enforcement official, police officer, but it was one of Diddy's people. And then even the the county that she tried to go to, like the county official, that part of it, like the one of the most haunting parts of like the way that they're reporting Diddy was doing his stuff. One of the most haunting parts is how he had a whole entire system set up. Like he had people paid off, organizations paid off, allegedly, like how he allegedly had all this structure set up so he could do what he wanted to do, and people would allow it because money, green paper, that's all that was required in order for him to have this system, this network of people, of enablers, of people who would, make sure he good, and ruining people's lives and traumatizing people for life. So yeah, the only thing we can do is sit and wait, like with everything else. Sit and wait, see what other facts come out, see what other evidence comes out, and make your decisions and observations and comments with from that perspective, with that in mind. So I don't know, what do y'all think about this? Leave your comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you have a good evening.